Hello, how's it going this afternoon? How's it going this evening? Hello, everybody. Hello. Welcome, my sister Edrin. Welcome. How are you? I'm doing good. And you? How's it going? First super sticker of the night. You carried 10 people, 10 people. Thank you so much, sis, for your continuous love and support of life in Haiti. How my people's doing? As you all come on, yeah. We have a another great topic tonight, you all. And the topics is about uplifting Haiti and putting Haiti on a bright, positive light. Not only that, to encourage more and more Haitian Americans to get to know their culture, to learn the language more, and to be interested in actually coming back to Haiti once we can get the country stable. So, you all, please stay with us tonight. We have a guest, great guest, you all. He is a police officer and at Boston Municipal Police. He is a Boston Municipal Police officer. So it's a pleasure to bring him to the show. So I will be introducing him. Let me bring him on. Hold on a second. Good evening, Mr. Felton. How's it going?
Bonsoir, bonsoir. How you doing, Marie? It's been a pleasure for
I'm
me to be
doing
on your
good. I'm
platform.
doing good.
It's been a pleasure for you to invite me
Thank you
to your
so much.
platform. Yeah. So yes.
It's a pleasure for you to accept the invite to come to the platform.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So
Can you hear me?
yeah, I can hear you
Utandem?
actually. Yeah, it's a little
So
delay.
tonight you are 1 second, Mr. You okay. So tonight you are one thing I'm going to start doing is dedicating the show Tout Moun Mwen Yo so that we are more and more bilingual due to the fact that I do have a lot of Haitian Americans that follows me, and I also have a lot of my own people that are following and pushing for life in Haiti, and I'm constantly getting pas comprendre so abdi pas comprendre. So you are the show is to encourage more and more people to let them know that I am a Haitian woman and that you are welcome to the Life in Haiti family also. So my brother, please introduce yourself to the rest of the squad.
All right, I'm gonna start it in English or Creole. I don't know, whichever language you want me to.
Okay. New, since you speak Creole, we'll give them two. You go Creole and I'll go in English.
Ok. Premièrement, nom c'est Anderson. Et last
To
name c'est
begin with, my name is Anderson.
et
Last name Felt.
prénom c'est Felt. So, moi c'est un social worker.
I am a social worker.
Police, moi un municipal police officer et pour City Boston. Vous entendez?
He is a Boston Municipal Police officer.
Yeah, so je dis moi content que Marie est invité
Okay.
dans la
So
plateforme là.
one of the main things, yes, I'm Katano. I hear you pretty well. So I'm going to let him speak so that we can introduce the title. But the title tonight, you all, let's not judge. The internet is kind of acting up.
Yeah,
Are
I can't
you
hear you.
are you
I
still
can't.
here?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm still here.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you. Uh-oh, I lost you. I don't know. I lost Maria. I don't know what's going on. Maria, I lost you. I don't see you on the camera.
Internet is acting up, you all. Here I am. We are
Here we
back.
go. Here we go.
Mr. Phelps, you are back. All right. Welcome back. Welcome back, Mr. Phelps. Y'all, please excuse my internet, but we are back. Anyway, so just to reiterate, since we had this delay, small delay, you all, the really the type the subject is let's not judge people for what they don't know. Do you agree,
Yeah, Daco. I agree.
Mr. Phelps?
Yeah, I agree. Can you hear me?
Are you able to hear
Yeah.
me?
Yeah, I agree with that. Can you hear me?
Are you able to hear me?
Yes. Yeah, I hear you.
Are you able to hear me?
Yeah. Can you hear me now?
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yes,
No.
now I'm able to.
Okay, okay.
Yes. Okay, okay. So you all, let's not judge people for what they don't know. Yes. Mka, Mkatando. Can you hear me now? Yes. Mwatando, eh? Okay. So I will let you introduce yourself to, you know, to the Life in Haiti family. I will let you speak.
Ah, ben, pas de problème, Marie. So, j'aime dire, nom c'est Anderson, prénom c'est Felt, et moi, son social worker, et moi, son municipal police officer. Et, point de vue,
Mkatande.
oui, m'tando, oui.
So you all are you all able to hear me?
Yes, 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 I'm able to hear you. Can you hear me? It's a little delay.
Okay, okay. Yes. Yes, I am able to hear you. You all let me know if you could still hear me again, see me,
Yeah, I'm able
because
to see
I'm
you.
getting.
I'm able to see you, and I'm able to hear you. But it's a little delay.
Can you hear me, my brother?
I sure can.
Okay, so you all can hear. Okay, thank you, sis. It's somewhat delayed. Okay, the subject tonight, you all, is let's not judge people for what they don't know. Okay, and I will speak on a broad general category. You can hear? Okay, okay. And because I am in Haiti and I am a Haitian, I will speak for the mass of Haitians, okay? Y'all, there's a stigma that is attached to our culture in a way that I would like to bring awareness to and see if we as the people can take initiative to work on that. We recently had a Haitian American young lady, very smart counselor that came on the show, and a comment was made, how come you are Haitian and didn't speak Creole? And I actually didn't speak on it. I didn't comment on it on the live, but she saw the comment and she
I lost Marie again. I lost you, Marie.
I'm back. Hello, everybody. I am back. The devil is a lie. Are you able to see me now?
Yes.
Utandem frère?
Maintenant,
Okay, okay. Okay. Well, due to a little bit, but anyways, we're not gonna let that bring in any type of vibe. But yeah, the last show we had a few days ago, we had a young lady by the name of Audrey Augustave on the show. She's a Haitian American who was born to Haitian parents in the States. As we were having the show, she was a great, I mean, great person to have on the show. And while we were having the show, a comment came through about how come she Haitian and didn't speak Creole. And I didn't want to mention anything. I didn't want to speak on that. But what I wanted to do was go back and really speak on it. Because one thing I want us to focus on is let's not judge people you are for what they don't know, because a lot of times we can assume and we know that assumptions is not always correct. And Mr. Belt, being a Haitian born who traveled to the States at an early age, I knew for a fact could speak on that and bring some light, not only in English, but also in Creole to the audience. So, my brother, what was your take on that?
l'homme t'a regardé live là, vraiment live très intéressant que vraiment, vraiment complimenté le fait que Jean-Lit t'a détaillé bagay yo et de culture, etc. Et j'aime dire, nous t'ai parlé de ça, son counselor lié, son psychologue, tout, etc. So, m'était très bagay, t'es très, et, comme t'as dit, impliqué dans la live là. But, l'homme vient garder, l'heure t'a parlé avec, ou dit, ou apé de parler créole, etc. Et ou apé de translate. L'était un petit genre embarrassé. Et le fait que l'était embarrassé, et moi, ouais, que, et nous-mêmes, comme si, pas dire en général, le haïtien ou bien qui fait ici, ou bien qui vient ici tout petit, veut embrasser langue nan, et le plus souvent, nous rire. On prend son point d'emphasis que besoin de mettre sur nous, parce que nous-mêmes, nous avons une culture, nous respectons toute culture, nous, mais nous avons des choses qui pas bon dans nous, tout qui a psychologiquement crasé mental ti moun nan. Et le devine ici, je ne connais pas l'anglais, on prend et puis je essayé par l'anglais. Seulement, je toujours dit culture américaine, les pas comme si critiquer. Le monde qui critique là, le plus souvent, c'est le monde qui vraiment qui pas éduqué, qui ignorant, qui critique. Mais la majorité en plan américain, là où on parle, on parle, autant de autant de m'attendre non? Est-ce que autant de that's what autant de ça m'a dit, hein? Autant de Murray? Autant de Konya, right? OK.
Pas attendez, tout ça a dit, internet là, pas bon,
Yeah,
même
but
à soi, il y a pas de
yeah,
problème.
yeah, pressure mon entender moi. Yo dit we all can hear you.
I can't hear you. I can't really hear you straight.
OK.
The internet is acting up terribly tonight.
Est-ce que attendre me Konya?
But I'm hearing you. I'm
OK.
sure
So just bear with me.
my peoples in the audience can hear you.
Just bear with me. That's all. So j'aime dire et l'été jugé nécessaire pour moi le pour t'inviter dame ça très intelligente et quoi son conseiller psychologue lié l'état fait parallèle de série de bagailles que nous avons dans la culture, nous, etc. Et bon, l'état parlé de un pile bagaille que très, très intéressant. Moi, l'homme songe au moment pour ou quand parle en créole, il était un petit gens embarrassé. Il était un petit gens embarrassé. Et ça qui fait l'embarrassé est parce que et j'ai l'impression que l'essayer de parler créole là, mon april. Son défaut que nous-mêmes haïtiens nous supposés retirer dans nous, surtout le petit monde commence à embrasser culture créole parce que l'on regarde poyon là ou poyon là c'est mida il est toujours connecté et bon il est majorité premièrement il est toujours connecté et puis bon ou gen poyon là par exemple comme si psychologiquement par la timon pour craser moral timon pour dire ah ou après timon so on va être très nécessaire pour nous commencer et anti-gens et nettoyer problème ça non parce que et nous toutes c'est haïtien nous toutes à force surtout tout le monde qui fait ici ou bien tout le monde qui vient ici très longtemps et qui était ici qui essaie d'embrasser culture nous pas cachita n'a critiquer ou bien n'a pris au contraire faut nous encourager ou parler l'école parce que si nous pas faire ça yo pas jamais embrasser langue non c'est très important et parce que c'est ça problème qui arrive en petit monde qui fait ici ou bien petit monde venir ici parce que connaît langue yo petit gens lourd au moins what did you hear me? Can you hear me? Um, yeah, but internet a pas problème. But bon, continuer là avec audience ou bien viewers. C'est très important, son point d'emphasis pour nous encourager Timoun pour Timoun parler créole. Le ou est langue yo lourd par culture.
Yes, you coming in and out.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I know they can't hear me though. So that's why I continue to say it in Creole. So li tre important pou nou Haitien, pou nou ankoraje ti moun yo le ap eseye pale lang nan. Ok? Li trez important pou nou ankoraje yo le ap eseye pale lang nan. Paske le nou embrase yo kon sa na pri, paske lang yo lou, na fe yo pa pale kreol. E pa fote yo si yo pa vle pale kreol la. E paske yo pa ankoraje yo, nou plus kritike yo ke nou ankoraje yo. E son bagay ke mwen wè, e mwen mba mèm di nan Haitien seulement, se nan ras noir la, son mental d'esclavage liye. Parce au lieu pour nous critiquer, plutôt nous encourager, so li très important pour nous encourager. So I lost you, Marie. So I'm just gonna continue to speak on that. So yeah, so li très important pour nous encourager Timounio. C'est pas faute qui fait ou parler l'autre langue, ou bien langue anglaise ou bien langue peul là, parce que le APC parler créole là. Nous continuons à critiquer ou bien le langue lourd, nous continuons à mettre en bas. So, psychologiquement, nous craser moral si moun. C'est un défaut que est très important pour nous retirer nan nous. Alright. So anyway, well, Marie, it seems like the internet just give you trouble.
I'm right here, my brother. I'm right here.
Yeah.
The internet on my end is pretty much not working with me tonight.
Yeah.
But we would not let that discourage us, okay?
That's right. That's right.
Just to speak on what you were saying in English, okay? I think a lot of time people discredit the fact that children who migrated at an early age or was born abroad was pretty much brought out of their culture, okay? And when you are young, brains not fully developed, you are well aware of where you're from, but you live mainly in the present and you grow in the present. So mom and dad speaks to you in Creole, yet the majority of the time you out and you're speaking as popular as Spanish. That is why that we can have this subject on a broad, not just towards Haitians, okay, but in our community, we have to stop criticizing each other or the Haitian American from actually learning their culture, because when we make these small critical comments, it just helps them to just shy away from getting to know the culture. It makes them feel as if they're not good enough, right? It makes them feel as if everything that they do, they will make a mistake. Because I am one that's the only child that was born in Haiti. The rest of my siblings were born in the States. What happens is when we make them feel that they're not Haitian enough, okay, then they feel like, well, believe me, why speak the language? Why get to know the culture if my own people shun me? We got to keep in mind too that they may not understand the culture or have the same point of view that you would have, but it is your job to encourage them, to push them to get to know their culture. It's your job to continue to put in their mind, hey, This is where you from. This is where I'm from. I'm going to teach you about your country, about my country, because you were born here, but this is what you are. But I have a question. Do you think it's a tactic that a lot of our peoples use? Do you think that's a way for them to put down the Haitian Americans to make themselves feel better?
Uh, Moi, pense que son ignorance, son ignorance. Et pas, yo fait li,
He says he thinks it's ignorance.
yo
Mm-hmm.
fait li, yo fait li sans pas rendre compte, you know. Yo fait li sans pas rendre compte. Et non seulement, pas même langue, non seulement. Et bon, songe blague, mais t'as pas ouah. Songe blague,
Mm-hmm.
l'autre jour. L'autre, ou songe, par contre, ou songe. Le te dit que dans l'Haïti, on fois, on finit, moi, dans l'Haïti, on finit, on fait le mal Haïti en vacances, on fait mon fritaille. Je dis fritaille, je dis, oh, bien longtemps, bah, ouais, j'ai fritaille. On fait, dame qui t'a bon fritaille, là, dit, oh, m'a payé l'argent, moi. Dame qui t'a bon fritaille, là, dit, oh, si garçon, moi, j'ai graisse toujours, gars, gosso, moi, j'ai graisse. Au bon? So, it's the same concept, ça. So, I get pressure sur une forme de
Uh,
ignorance.
let me translate that. So he said he had told me a joke, which he did, and he had traveled to Haiti. And when he traveled to Haiti, he went to go buy some fuita, which is, our famous food, fried pork. And the person that he's buying from basically was like, "You buying fuita? Like you eating all this grease, as fat as you are, basically, right?"
Exactement. Exactement. So, you fait li subconsciously. You pas même rendre compte que you fait li. So, yon défaut que nous supposons retirer dans nous. On peut, l'on fait ça, sans penser réaction l'autre monde a fait. On peut c'est même avec langue. Le petit monde a voulu parler créole là. Là, ah, pas contre parler créole. Sans penser le faire. Là, vraiment embarrassé pour parler créole là, vraiment. Et même le ou faire ça qu'on y a c'est même ou même dans quoi critiquer pour qui ça c'est anglais la parler seulement pas parler créole c'est haïtien ou haïtien ou à on
Mm. I want you to translate this for me in Creole. But
mhm.
this is a thing that I wanted to say too. A lot of Haitian parents, we must take the time out and educate our children about the history of our country. Remind you us being Haitian. And we just recently got our language to become an official language, which we still have it where Creole is spoken in 70% of the homes in Haiti fluently, if not 80, okay, fluently on a daily, yet it really isn't recognized in school. Children go to school and learn to speak English. I mean, learn to speak French. What do we have
French,
to
right?
say about that to our children in teaching them Creole?
Okay,
You
so
know, Edrin, I really, really like this comment. Petit espagnol yo pale creole la kayo. Pale espagnol la kayo. Timoun yo apprend creole nan l'école. Okay? Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Mais nou pa ka,
so
one thing we can't do in a way is compare Creole to Spanish parents because I grew up in Texas. Texas is predominantly Hispanics. So Hispanic was even taught in the textbooks. So they had the opportunity not to even learn English if they didn't want to because while I was struggling as a Haitian student to learn English, they could come straight from any Spanish country into the classroom and continue to learn in their own language.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Comparaison ça, de ba la den. Ou so ça pour nous
Are y'all?
focus.
Were you able to
Oh,
hear me?
yeah, dando. Comparaison ça
Were
ba
you
la
able to
den.
hear me?
Yeah, yeah, I'm able to hear you now. Can you hear me though?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. 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 That's good. Yes, I can hear. I can hear.
Okay, it's a little delay. So anyway, so comparaison ça ba d'accord avec parce que ça ça pour nous focus sur lui c'est le fait que Timon qui levé ici longtemps ou bien Timon qui venu ici longtemps ou qui fait ici longtemps, ça pour nous focus sur lui, faut nous pas dénigrer le la PC par l'école ou bien et faut nous pas mettre le bas ou bien dire à partir de ça va qu'on parle l'école, à partir de ça va qu'on parle l'école. C'est point d'emphasis moi que moi voulais nous focus. Parce que certes, c'est sculpture nous. Certes, c'est de série de bail, mais il y a de série de défauts ou critiques. Quelquefois, au cas font critique constructive. Au cas font critique constructive pour aider mon nom, mais soit font critique qui détruit mon nom, n'est pas bon. On va son défaut pour nous retirer dans l'eau. Et ça fait que mon nom vient embrasser langue anglais à plus. OK? C'est ça que besoin nous connaître.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's right. So the first place, you all, in order to encourage children who are born abroad, okay, is at home. In order to encourage them, we must not criticize them. We must not expect perfection from them. Or if they make a mistake, if they don't speak it the way that you think that they should speak it, okay? That's when you take the time out and actually teach them. Haitian parents, and I know that, and I say this many a time on the show, there is absolutely no way to be born to a Haitian parent and not understand Creole. You may not speak it, but you definitely can, and you can understand it. But let's encourage the Haitian American children to learn their language. Be willing to be patient with them and to teach them. Let's not be critical towards them in the process of them trying to communicate in their native language.
Très important. Son point très important. C'est ça qui fait qu'il y a bien embrasser langue créole là. Si n'a critiqué yo, guess what? C'est anglais à bien parler parce que avec c'est anglais confortable qu'on y a. Et puis c'est même mon ça qui critiquer ti mon pour c'est pas ici non ou bien pour que ça pas parler créole. On prend ça il fait psychologiquement dans tête ti mon. Faut c'est qu'on y a pour nous changer manière nous changer tempérament nous changer gens nous ouais là et ça fait et n'a font un bon plus bon société haïtien on prend que nous ca accepter de série de bagages et nous ca corriger.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. That's good, my brother. So, in the process of them trying to communicate. What kind of advice do you have to the parents that are teaching the children? Because you teaching Creole at home, yet they're learning English at schools. What is your advice outside of not
Bon, mwen,
being, critical or judgmental towards them?
eh, avi mwen, sa mte ka bay tout paran, euh, bon, map utilize pitit mwen, ti moun gon curiosité quand même. Le wè n'a parlon l'autre langue, mwen maman et cerveau développé di prani pick up tout ba yo. So, ça dépend de ti moun. Gen ti moun que moi personnellement pas forcé ti moun nan. S'il le s'il gen s'il intéressé pour apprendre langue nan, automatiquement l'a commencé dire. Et même le l'a dit li gen wa pas dire bien, on prend chita avec moi dire et mais qui j'en pour dire, moi still comprendre ça dire. On prend ça moi quitter li parce que ti moun nan faut qu'on comprendre le mal li pour qu'on développer c'est apprendre à pas apprendre la pick up tout bagay around tout bagay et autour de lui on prend la pick up li so moi pas forcer ti moun nan parler créole là but s'il intéressé moi aider quand on prend un petit film là de 13 ans il parle créole il me toujours dit le dit gen de mots li dit que on prend les vrais dit moi quand tout l'autre jour mal dans restaurant avec on va qui les marinades di remeni but li dit marinade on prend dit li non sens que on prend so moi chita avec moi dire comme ça que c'est marinade on prend moi pratique avec parce que moi pas forcer parler langue nan. So normalement li pick up les jambes là et cerveau ti moun dans son cerveau il cap développer et son parler dans cas là li tande li pick up li et moi quitter ti moun on prend moi pas forcer on prend ça veut dire c'est son bail très important low by peer pressure they call it peer pressure low fait peer pressure ou by mon ti moun pression oh ou supposé parler non quitter ti moun fait ti moun et puis s'il gagne curiosité à la parler li gon ti premier ti garçon n'a pas l'école bien gen ti film nan pas l'école bien gon yon nan mitan li parler li pas bail but pas jamais mettre pression sur lui on prend aime toujours aider lui s'il besoin il dit papi et qui j'en dit tel bail en créole moi dit là on fait lui apprendre automatiquement la parler so pression à bail pression ri ba fait bail ba faire ba psychologiquement ou craser moral ti moun nan so c'est approche moi pas facile s'il ramène automatiquement li pick up li et le fait et ouais m'chita parle avec me dit mais qui l'ont dit des séries de mots mais qui ont dit des séries de mots sans pas critiquer ou bien sans pas rire.
That's right. That's right. You are. And, one of the things that I would like to say to my Haitian American crowd is to never give up trying to learn your language, trying to learn about your culture, and make it on your to do list to one day come and visit. Understand that a lot of times people may laugh at you and do certain things. It has a lot to do out of ignorance and maybe their lack of too. That is why they would do it. And if you ask me, they would do it to make themselves feel better because maybe speaking Creole fluently may be their strength and they're focusing more on themselves instead of trying to teach. That's right. And yes, if you are Haitian, born to Haitian parents, I encourage you to be able to speak some type of Creole. I encourage that. You want to embrace your culture. Now, I speak for myself. I thought I spoke Creole speaking at home with mom and dad, but when I got to Haiti, I also dealt with you know, the looks and that I didn't speak my language good enough or perfect enough. But that encouraged me to want to do better, to want to learn it, to also want to spend time wanting to not only speak it, but to learn how to write.
Définitivement, définitivement. Marie, Simon,
To Mr. Anderson, are you there?
naturel, oui?
Tonight, you all, this
Yeah,
internet
autant de...
is horrible. I have been mhm. Were you saying something?
Yeah, moi, je conseille que, et, on pas besoin de mettre pression sur Timon, non? Et depuis Timon nan intéressé apprendre créole là naturellement, ok, sans on pas besoin de forcer. On prend apprendre naturellement. So, pression, peer pressure, pas besoin de mettre sur Timon nan. Parce que si on parle sou, si on parle autour de Timon nan avec maman ou bien avec un monde avec femme qui parle créole, naturellement, la pick-up créole là. On pas besoin de mettre pression sur Timon là. C'est ça, un point d'emphasis moi sur lui.
Women, son. Yes, we don't want to force them, but we want to encourage them. Is
Yeah,
that a good translation?
yeah, définitivement. Yep.
That is right. That's right. That chick kaboom. That's right. Okay. We have a comment from that chick Jersey girl. Kaboom. She in the room. She says, I have to jump in. What can you say to someone like me? I love my people. I would like to speak and write fluent Creole.
Est-ce que, première question, est-ce que gen moun que parle créole nan kote lié ou bien est-ce que gen moun surrounding ni parle créole?
First question, he says, do you have people that surround you, that chick Jersey girl, that speaks Creole? She says, but my mother turned her back on her Haitian roots and she wanted to live the life of a white-skinned European. So I take that she doesn't.
Yeah. I mean, so, I mean, let me say it in English. So the best thing to do, so try to surround yourself with people that speak it. That's the first thing. Like trying to surround you with people that speak it. Um, and then from there, you can learn it. You can definitely learn it. It's a process. It's a long process, but you definitely can learn it.
That's right. Says the kids will learn English in school. So because they will learn English in school, in the home, I know you all, my brothers and sisters, my mom and dad, they made it like official for you to speak in Creole. M'dou parle tellement te fait officiel pour parler en créole. Souvent ou fait fréquent ou apply anglais la caille la kounya y ap gade autant que kounya ap fait fréquent avec c'est en anglais ou apply anglais sous moi. So, my parents made it an official thing. We had, to speak Creole because it was like, okay, I don't speak English that well, so don't just come in here and like cap on me with what you've learned. Hey, Forgotten King. Mrs. Fabulous, welcome to the live tonight. She says, I am American born to 100% Haitian parents, so I would be considered two generations Haitian. I learned because my parents spoke no English. My children are third generation Creole. My children are third generation. Creole is not my first language. And I understand that, Mrs. Fabulous. But I still think you can still give them a part of you that you learned from your mom and dad. Because regardless, you in the same shoe as my sister. She's her son is third generation, right? She was born to 100% Haitian parents. Let's just be technical a little bit, Mrs. Fabulous, because the U.S. offers citizenship to those who are born there. That is why you are considered an American. But if you were born to a country like the Bahamas, you would still be considered what Haitian, right? We see it happening all the times. Guys getting deported, being born. So you may not be as fluent as mom and dad, yet you can still give them that. You can put a little season in it and still get them familiarized with their culture, and them knowing. And I know they go back and spend time with grandma and grandpa, get them familiar with their culture. Therefore, my first communication to my children would not be Creole. That's true. It may not be Creole, but you still can interact with them and teach them little words. I have a nephew who is 3, and it surprised me because they're teaching him. And because of our parents, he is interested in wanting to learn. So you'll be surprised how much kids will be willing to learn when we just initiate them or make it feel as if it's part of what's cool to them. So tonight, Forgotten King, the subject is about let's not judge people for what they don't know. And for some people who's missed some, is basically speaking on Haitian American children being made fun of by other Haitians when they speak Creole, either because they're not culturally doing it correct, they speak with an accent, stuff like that. So how you doing, my brother? Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for joining us. V. Levine from Jamaica. Hi, Marie. Enjoying your show, watching from Jamaica Bay. Welcome, Miss V. Levine. Welcome. Mrs. Fabulous says they know things in Creole, can communicate to their grandma and to their grandmother and other Haitian, but they can't speak it the way I can. They understand it and respond the best way they can, and that's what you wanna hope for. That's what you hope for. It's the same thing with my daughter. She understand everything I tell her in Creole. My oldest is quicker to respond in Creole, but my youngest, you she understands everything you're saying, but she won't get into a long conversation. The whole thing is it's about encouraging them to get to understand their culture. It's about encouraging them where when they do want to learn, to not allow it to be a thing to belittle them about learning because they're not coming out perfect. Um, and you can speak on that too, Mr. Phil.
Yeah, man. It's funny you said that. I remember there was I remember back in a couple of years ago when I used to live in Jersey, and then they had a Haitian guy that I never knew he was Haitian, but every time we speak Creole, he was staring at me. And it was staring hard, like, and I was like, and I was like, "Do you understand what I'm saying?" He was like, "Yeah," but I cannot speak it. So it's a step. It's a first step. Like, the thing is, if they want to speak it, let them speak it. Like I said, like Marie said, you just encourage them to speak it, but you don't put peer pressure on them. If they're willing to speak it, let it be. If not, it is what it is. So, but just you like Marie said, you always gotta try to encourage them, and don't try to, if they try, like, don't try to kind of embarrass them. Especially I'm talking to Haitians. Don't try to embarrass them because they have a heavy accent when they speak it. Just be mindful of that and be mindful. Just encourage them, help them out. That's all.
That's right. Mr. Jackson said, continuing to speak, write, and teach your language is a way to hold on to your culture. The dominant class culture will eradicate your language. That's right. And that is the main thing too while we're having this subject, okay? If you tell me Creole would be the official language in our school, okay? And that could very well be another subject. But here we are fighting and making fun of someone for what they don't speak. Yet we're fighting for something that is not even valued in our own language. That is our language. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yep, definitely.
As I go around and
Definitely.
I enroll children in school, I always ask, are kids learning to read and write in Creole? And everyone says the curriculum is in French. I still don't get that, and if you all do, I'm more than happy
Yeah, let me
to learn.
elaborate on that. Let me
Mhm.
elaborate on that in Creole. Euh, Comme moi, leve Haïti, et malheureusement, nous t'ai parlé de sujet ça déjà, et gon discrimination qui fait sur Haïti sous langue créole là. Et le plus souvent, et parce que en pile, si moun pa gen même opportunité, parce que il faut l'école Haïti, c'est payer l'école Haïti pour payer. Bon, l'école l'État, yo, li très minime. Et, vient un problème. Et yo toujours, même moi, je l'école, yo te considéré que et français a son langue officielle, lié son langue, c'est première langue officielle, non? Que le pas fait sens. Parce que imagine 100% moun parle créole, combien moun pourcentage moun qui parle français. Pour dire quoi ça, c'est français qui langue officielle. On peut tout bagaille c'est français, là bon establishment, établissement, faut parler français, faut introduire le français, et puis bah, ça langue ça vient créer un bagaille vraiment discriminatoire. On prend que très triste, et nous te parler sur ce sujet ça déjà. Très triste, très triste. Et, et problème ça sont l'autre sujet, j'en dis, hein, sont plus sujets qui sont l'autre débat pour nous taper sur ce sujet ça, pour nous parler, parce que il n'a pas fait sens pour moi, pour français son langue officielle, français c'est les mêmes qui tout bagaille que créole là. On va dire ça son j'aime dire son mentalité d'esclavage lié. Son mentalité d'esclavage parce que ou embrasser et français.
Imagine, don't forget what
Mhm.
don't forget what you were saying. But we have people who are making fun of the Haitian American children for either not speaking Creole or not speaking it good enough. But you come to Haiti, you have people who make fun of you because you speak Creole and not French.
Yep,
It's
yep,
like you
yep.
all that are born in America to Haitian parents, do not be discouraged. It's
Yeah.
a like it's just something that let me tell you something. You can't win or lose. Learn your culture. Learn your culture. And
Yeah.
I say this, being in front of the screen, y'all knowing me just coming into Haiti, I had to learn my language. I'm still learning my language. And sometimes when I start speaking, people are looking at me, or when I'm talking to someone, I have to ask someone on the side of me, hey, what did they just say? I have to, or tell me again, slower, so that I can understand. Yet I make it my business once I get to understand that word that one time, when I hear it again, to register it and not forget it. But encourage yourself to want to learn the language of your parents, of your roots. Don't worry about other people, because in Haiti, if you speak Creole, okay, it's still a problem. And the thing is, it's so unfair because the disparity level. So many children do not have the opportunity to go from pre-K to the 12th grade every year to actually learn to speak French fluently. So my
Et
sister
ça
Edrin
difficult
says,
pas
in
non,
my
non, non,
household, we
pas
are
pas.
fluent in more than 7 languages. Wow. But we speak Creole, whether it's perfect or not. My family love when we speak Creole. Wow. I think I mean I'm taking the initiative to learn Spanish, because I think Spanish is just as useful as English. That chick Jersey girl say my mother is still alive, living in Spain, where she refuses to tell people she is Haitian. And because she is white skinned, she doesn't have to. Mm, that chick Jersey girl. Wow. Mm. Terrell, good evening. Good evening to you, my brother. How's it going? Forgotten King says, I speak
Est-ce que
Creole, but I cannot. Huh? Oui.
est-ce qu'on peut additionner à tout petit?
Huh?
Est-ce qu'on peut dire un bail tout petit? Est-ce qu'on peut dire un bail tout petit?
Oh, we don't cap parler. Oh, yes, friend. Yeah.
OK. Gon lot critique qui en Haïti tout que voulait mettre un point d'emphasis là-dedans. Gen moun que qui apprécie parler langue là parce que le plus souvent j'aime dire là Haïti son pays de classe. Gen moun là qui essaie apprécier parler langue français on peut yo parler anti-jam mal c'est marron. Peut-être qu'il y a un accent, peut-être qu'il y a bon d'essayer de parler pas vraiment conjugué, genre pour conjuguer. Il dit parler français marron au son exot lié et peut-être nèg là qui n'aura pas exot parce que mentalité haïtienne tellement pas comme si messed up dans langue déranger dans non sens parce que mon
Mhm.
langue on parler en langue pas veut dire que pas parler langue nan bien parler tout sort. C'est ça on l'autre mentalité que en Haïti gagne. Parce que tout le monde sait que oh, il pas parler français, c'est français marron, c'est français de gen gauche la pale, son nek sot diye. So, point déficit ça, besoin faire haïtien comprendre que le fait que son langue ni français a son langue quand toute langue. Mais le fait que mon a essayé parler juste pour lui, peut-être essayer d'entrer dans la classe sociale, ça, le fait qu'il va parler bien son l'autre critique, que dit, oh, un ex, son équivalent à l'école. Et pendant ce temps, les gars sont qui est très intelligent dans l'autre domaine. Après, non langue, pas veut dire ou fort, pas veut dire intelligent, ou pas
Mm.
qu'on langue, pas veut dire sot. OK? Ça va être très important.
Mhm. Mm. Very true, you all. You have very intelligent people in Haiti who aren't able to read and write. And that is one thing that with Life in Haiti, with my platform, that I am fighting for on a daily to change in the future. That is why I get in front of the screen and I'm constantly asking for us to um, put children in school and change that. Yet, what they lack from being in a classroom, they don't lack from their hands physically. They're able to work, and I've met very talented guys, women who don't know how to read and write, yet it doesn't take away from their talent.
Hmm, that's right.
Um, Forgotten King says, I speak Creole, but I cannot read or write it. I speak Creole like they speak Creole in Haiti. I just can't read it or write it down. And that's okay, my brother.
That's
Same
okay.
thing with me. I spoke Creole, but I did not have a clue how to read or write it. But how can you be criticized for making that statement when it is not embraced in our own culture?
But
When
so
we're not teaching our parents, they did not have a genuine opportunity to learn that in school.
yeah. So mentality d'esclavage, enslavement mentality. So mentality d'esclavage. But ignorance.
Hmm, that's right. That's right, that chick Jersey girl. I'm listening. Are you still here?
Yeah, I'm here.
Forgotten King says, I think we as Haitians should teach our children to speak Creole because, okay, Forgotten King says, I think we as Haitians should teach our children to speak Creole because in Philadelphia, Puerto Ricans make sure that their children can speak Spanish and read it. They not ashamed.
Est-ce qu'on peut parler de
I
ça?
tell you what, Forgotten King. The thing is, if you ask it right now, for the many of y'all who have educated Haitian parents from Haiti, ask them if they were taught how to read and write Creole. That's another subject too, because we also have to be kind to our parents, because we cannot expect for them to teach us. We can't expect for them to teach us something that they didn't know. Okay, because for them that went to school, right, they were taught to read and write in French. Am I correct, Mr. Anderson? Because I know you went to
Oh
school
yeah,
in Haiti too, right?
yep. Yes, you're correct, Murray.
So we can't. Mhm. We cannot fault them for something that they don't know. That's why I say let's not judge people. Let's not judge the children trying to learn. Let's not discourage them. Yet let's not judge even the parents. The parents we're all fighting. Mr. Jackson made a statement. Creole must be a pride language. We're all fighting, making fun of each other, belittling each other in whatever manner about them, whether not speaking Creole, not doing this. But in our country, you all, that is where the diasporas need to really get together, right? And make it where Creole is an official language. Creole is recognized. Creole is taught in school. To the many children that are speaking Creole all day at home and going to school for a little bit and having to learn French. I can only imagine the struggle for the children too of Haiti. Forgotten King says, that chick Jersey girl, I am from Philly and all of them speak Spanish. If you speak English with them, they get mad at you. That's right. They have their pride. Creole is our
Yeah,
identity. Yes, it is. And y'all know I hate
yeah,
politics. But if
yeah.
I
King,
ever held a position in Haiti, and many people would probably hate me for that, but French.
I lost you, Marie. Yeah, the internet's acting up. Yeah. Anyway, forget King mpase sa isyon ye. Si, peut-être tout est venu en retard. So, nou ta pale ke ti moun nan an ti jan pe pale kreol lan. A cause de critique, haïtien critiqué le dit un mot mal. Oh, I got you back.
Okay, okay. Thank you so much because I'm coming in and out, in and out. But I just want to thank you all so much for joining us on the show. It's all about Haitian pride, you all. Putting Haiti on the map. You know, it's about encouraging more of the Haitian American children to learn their language, to learn their culture. You all would be definitely the ones to come back to Haiti and make a difference with your education that you're getting at this time. C'est nous-mêmes petit haïtien qui fait l'autre bord, même que vous te fait aux États-Unis, même que vous te fait Canada, éducation a joindre ou ka retourner avec Haïti et ou ka utiliser ouais même moi même m'a parlé avec nous pas tellement fort par contre qui j'en pour me dire tout mot m'da me dit en créole
Yeah. You're doing a
donc
great job, Marie.
pour
You're doing fine.
tomber vite douce vous comprenez. Mais c'est nous-mêmes qui avons entré dans le pays hein, pour nous faire un changement. Okay, c'est nous-mêmes. It's thank you, my brother. It would be you all to come back into our country to make a difference. Okay, you can deal with passion, you can deal with compassion, you can deal with love, you can deal with humanity. You can understand automatically the minute you get off the plane exactly what Haiti needs. And what does Haiti need? You want to make your mom and dad proud. You want to make Haiti a place where mom and dad can have their vacation home and come back and feel secure. You can and you will make a difference. Don't worry about people judging you. My sister Audrey, if you're watching, thank you for coming on the show. Don't worry about what people have to say about you not speaking Creole. You're doing great to me, okay? Because all you need is a little bit. We have other cultures coming to Haiti, don't even speak Creole, they get embraced. So whether if you speak Creole or not, you Haitian from Haitian roots.
I lost you, Marie. The internet is really acting up in Haiti.
I'm back. I'm back, you all, and I just want to thank you all so much. Are y'all able to hear me? For being patient, but it's all about putting Haiti on a lighter note. We're fighting to learn to speak Creole. I am praying that one of you all get so educated that you come back and you join many of us in the fight of making Creole our official language, okay? Let's make the country put pride and put love behind our language and put Creole on the map.
Mm,
So while we're fighting each other about what we're doing is perfect or not, we're in ignorance because we lost track of who the real enemy is.
mm, mm.
Because we speak Creole, but it took President IC to come and make it an official language. And still to today, as we sit in Haiti, it is still not honored.
Mm.
It's not honored. So how can we make fun of somebody for something they don't know when we, the people, we're not respecting our own language, our own culture too.
Mm.
We've been on about an hour and 10 minutes. Um, if you have some last words, some encouraging words to our viewers that were listening in Creole, you may
Yeah.
do so now, my brother.
Uh, ok, mersi ke ou invite m nan platform mwen e mwen ankouraje tout si moun Haitian American or Haitian born or ki veni si piti, bien ke menm lè an Haiti m konen kelke fwa yo kritike yo djou lang ou pa bon, lang ou pa lang ou lou nan pale kreol la, pa kite sa dekouraje ou poske se kultur liye. Ok, se kultur toujou embrase kultur. E m konen nan mouman sal difisil, li an ti jan fè nou timide pou nou pale kreol la, poske le fèt ke moun ap on pren psikolojikman dekouraje nou, mette nan tèt nou que etc. que nous va pas parler etc. Juste pas prendre ça personnel, pas quitter mon yo juger nous et toujours encourager parce que c'est voulez pas c'est culture non lié et moi m'a toujours embrassé culture et Murray connaît et que connaît little bit like quand tout moi le d'Haïti, I was very Americanized, même côté à Monterrey, mais langue tout. Et jusqu'à présent, je prenais langue, je toujours parler créole et tout notre travail, moi, mon dit, qui ça parler là? On prend, so, parce que moi, fier que m'a parlé et même gens voulaient nous embrasser langue là, même le psychologiquement, mon y a langue ou l'eau. So, continuez, surtout Andrea ou a fait un bel job. Ok, m'taptan des live vraiment intéressant et que pas quitter ça psychologiquement découragé. Je connais son counselor, so pas quitter le décourage pour parler créole là et on parle très bien. Et on prend seul bagage tout dans toute langue faut pratiquer. So seul bagage n'importe haïtien jeune joindre à pratiquer avant Murray à pratiquer moi m'a pratiquer moi c'est New Jersey m'était tout so whenever you can reach out for me Murray con et tout coordonner on peut nous pratiquer pas un problème c'est yon entrer dans l'autre l'unité fait la force c'est united we strong OK. So, sous notre ça, merci Maurice dès que vous invitez sur la plateforme. Et merci tout et auditeur, auditrice yo kap sur moi. Merci.
Anytime. Merci un pile frère, merci d'eske ou vini et merci d'eske ou di moun yo. Nou la pou nou ede yo. Ou gen kesyon de Haiti pou nou menm ki lot bo. Ou ka toujou ele text mwen, email mwen. E quand même ke m pa repon tout suite, mwen ap toujou repon. E m ka repon ke n'importe kesyon gen de Haiti. So you all, thank you all so much. In English, don't get upset, you all. Haitian Americans, don't ever get upset and give up trying. Continue to keep pushing, you all. And as always, you all, be kind to one another. Tell somebody you love them. Give somebody a compliment. Thank you, my brother, for coming and joining us. And if you have not given this video a like, kindly give this video a like. Give this live a like, you all. And continue to share the lives, to share the videos. Watch the commercials, you all, as the channel continue to grow. Just thank you all so very much for your love and support. Y'all be blessed. Thank you so much, my brother. Be blessed. Have a blessed night.
You too.
I apologize about my internet, but we know this can be life in Haiti.
All right.
And for the many of you all too that are dealing with the storms, please you all be safe, stay warm the best way that you all can, because I hear all about the cold. I talked to my mom, she's in Texas and they're facing something that's very different. I know you used to that upstate in Jersey, but for them in Texas, I'm telling you, it's not right now, it's just the end of the world for them because it's not something they're used to
Hey,
or
global
prepared
warming.
for.
Global
So
warming.
y'all stay warm, stay positive. Thank you, my brother. God bless you.
God bless
Y'all
you.
have a great evening.
You too. All right.
Okay, my brother. Bye bye.